Welcome back, everybody. Google is finally implementing a built-in ad blocker on Chrome. Sort of. Keep watching for the full story, and as usual, we will be giving away a $20 Amazon gift card. All you gotta do to win is 1, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell, 2, like the video, and 3, comment something interesting down below. Last week's winner was Alpha Tech, and this week's winner will be announced at the beginning of next week's episode. Yes, the title is true. Google is finally implementing a native ad blocking feature into the Chrome browser. People have been asking about this for years, and they are finally delivering. But before you go and uninstall your other ad blocker, this isn't coming till early next year, so you still have a little time to wait. And Google, being very reliant on advertisements themselves, isn't just blocking all the ads. They call it specifically an ad filter, and what it does is it filters out intrusive or annoying advertisements that don't meet a certain set of standards. And this is actually a common practice. The current ad blocker extension on Chrome does the same thing by default. Now you can check it in the settings so it doesn't do it, but by default it does allow unintrusive advertising. And while it is a good thing to filter out those bad advertisements, it also has a lot of implications for Google. Now, before I talk about the implications, the reasons it is good are pretty self-evident. Without those intrusive and slow advertisements, the whole internet browsing experience through Chrome will be faster, it'll be cleaner, it'll be more efficient, and just better overall. So the users will definitely see a benefit from this filtering out. However, it definitely comes at a price. And now why it's bad. This essentially gives Google the power to choose whether an advertisement is okay or is not okay, and that's a lot of power. Now technically, they're going to be following the standards set by the Coalition for Better Ads, and that's comprised of a bunch of big tech companies. However, at the end of the day, it is Google making the decision, and that is very scary. Because Google themselves are an ad company, and almost 90% of their revenue comes from advertisements, and now that company with 90% of their revenue coming from advertisements is getting the power to determine which advertisements are okay and are not okay. And that is a lot of power to a company that's very dependent on advertisements. And at the end of the day, no matter how much you trust them, they are a profit-driven company, and that's something you need to be a little bit worried about. And this affects all types of companies that deal with online advertising, because Google Chrome users on desktop and mobile account for over half of the web traffic, which is ridiculous. So current ad companies and current advertisers need to comply to Google's new standards set by the Coalition for Better Advertisements, or else their ads won't run, and that's a big problem. But you better believe that any Google ads will be compliant with those standards, and that is where the conflict of interest kind of stems from. But the filter, in a way, sort of protects their own advertisement and their own advertising revenue, so you can see where the conflict is there, and it's kind of up to you whether it's too much or not. So those are the facts, and now it's time for my opinion. I am personally all for Google doing this. I think somebody needs to do it. I already use a third-party ad blocker to do a similar thing, but somebody, a big powerhouse, needs to do it. And of all companies that could, I think Google is the one to do it. We need to regulate advertising so it's not just in your face, it's not slowing down your experience. These are important things. They shouldn't be there in the first place. And I trust Google as a company to get rid of the actual bad advertisements without just taking advantage of that power for their own benefit. Obviously, they will benefit from that because they are doing it, but I trust them not to take advantage of that. Google as a company is built off of trust and being the good guy, and I think they're going to maintain that. So I'm all for this. I think they actually will help make the web a better place to browse via the Chrome browser with this feature, so I support it. And I would love to know your opinions, so let me know in the comments below. Let me know if you disagree with me, or if you agree with me, why or why not. Very interested in that conversation. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to see more content, and as always, stay positive.